Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I love a bit of IGN getting slam dunked. So there's a game, the Black Myth Wukong. Okay, it's been called misogynist. It's been called sexist by IGN, and as a result of that, it's now dominated the Steam wishlist charts. Well done, well done. It's quite comical now that media has become the sort of barometer for what not to buy, but not on the way that they expected or wanted. It's actually the things which they lambast. Generally speaking, people are like, yeah, I'm keen on that, I'll have a watch, or I'll buy that, I'll check that out. And the things that they're like, oh, you absolutely must watch this, they're like, nah, no thanks, I'm good. So anyway, we'll dive into this. Please do hit subscribe, turn the bell notifications on, check it out. So I'll leave this article link down below. This is from That Park Place. Now, I saw this advertised. I saw this sort of floating around the internet. I was like, this looks interesting. Because it does look interesting. Black Myth Wukong. It's great artwork. Look at that. It's a bit sort of, I don't know what I'd call that sort of artwork. What I'd liken it to in terms of video games. But I really like it. It's nice. So, essentially what happened was, developer Game Sciences, who's the person who made this, their upcoming Black Myth Wukong, has jumped to the top of Steam's wishlist charts despite video game news outlet IGN accusing the developer of sexism and misogyny. So, according to SteamDB, which is just like a tracker, Black Myth Wukong has been wishlisted 479,000 times. Well, 264,000 times. And is the most wishlist game ahead of Hollow Knight Silksong, Frostpunk 2, Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, and The First Descendant. Now that's pretty good. And it did it quickly. Because if you're looking at when these were announced. Well, sorry, when they were released. Or when they're going to be released. Like that happened really quickly, I think. So what was said? The game hit top of the charts despite IGN accusing the game developer Game Science and its employees of sexism and misogyny in November of 2023. IGN's Rebecca Valentine and Ki Hoon Chan accused the developer of sexism. Alright, so the two reported and said the following, quote, several posts have surfaced from Chinese social media site Weibo written by individuals from the studio that contain multiple references to genitalia and sexual innuendos. Oh my god, no, not sexual innuendos. Like, what? Are we like, how juvenile can you be? A joke is a joke, it's perfectly reasonable, it's perfectly funny. But people absolutely shit their pants about it now. So, oh my god, just grow up. So they also stated, this was coupled by recruitment posters by the studio produced in 2015, which featured images and headlines that point to a culture of ingrained sexism in game science. I thought you wanted diversity. I thought you wanted to. That's Chinese. Chinese culture is such that they're not exactly massively, equality. They don't do the DEI stuff, guys. They're not big on diversity, equality. Was it equity now? And inclusion. I thought you wanted all of that. But just not when it meets your own stuff, I guess. I don't know. This stuff's bizarre. See, the article, coincidentally and hilariously, doesn't actually provide any evidence, by the way. However, it does give descriptions. In one poster, a risque illustration that resembles the artwork of Austrian artist Egon Schiele is accompanied by a header that says, mandatory self-pleasure. That sounds quite funny, to be honest. In another poster that featured the rear view of a woman, the ad reads, don't screw your colleagues. That's pretty good. That's good advice. Don't shit where you work. Or shit where you eat. What is wrong with these people? Anyway, in the same ad, friends with benefits were also implied as an office perk. And a third poster featured a dumbbell. Is far more pointed with the ad stating that fatties should F off. Based. So the report also claimed that co-founder of Game Science's Fengji, said in a post to Chinese social media website Weibo, I want to expand my circle and hire more people. Get licked until I can't get an erection. Fuck's It also... What? It also alleges he wrote, "I know you just happen to be a little depressed. It's my honour to provide you with some comfort in the lower half of your body." The report claims he wrote, "I got wet after watching it a couple times. The pressure in my crotch is immense." What on earth is going on? Like, who cares? But what on earth? Like, this is such clown world stuff. You read this and you're like, what? Like, man, nerds with power. Bizarre. So the report also took issue with the developer's co-founder and lead artist, Yang Qi, declaring that men and women are biologically well, that's a fact. The reports alleged that he wrote that men were holding a heavy machine gun and shooting at governments in your dreams. What the ladies are dreaming about are bags that would make their friends jealous. Based. He then concluded the post by suggesting that he would need to put on silk stockings and suspenders to work, brew chrysanthemum tea, and put a humidifier on his table to make soft and effeminate things. Again, what is happening? Like, who cares? Why did IGN even... Why did IGN give a shit about this? I guess is the point. Like, it's just such like a non-argument. Like, who cares? It's a bunch of nerds talking about nerd shit and just being weird and creepy and just nerdy. Weird stuff, man. So finally it accused technical artist Dai Wei of claiming that players can masturbate to a female character in the game by looking at her more. I mean, that's technically true, I guess. He wrote, "Although I'm not used to the snake neck, I can still nurture that fetish." What? What is going on, man? Like, seriously? So, however, these translations have been called into question. A clip from Asmongold notes that Feng Ji's comment is a used idiom in the Chinese language as a colloquial expression used humorously or sarcastically to describe a situation where excessive flattery or sycophancy has an overwhelming and paralysing effect on someone. The use of such metaphors can be found in informal speech on social media. Cultures, man, they're different. Funnily enough, that's why multiculturalism is a myth. Because cultures, it's a unified culture. You can't have multiple cultures in a singular place and have it all as this sort of melting pot thing. It doesn't work. So the video also alleges that the other posts were translated in the most uncharitable way possible in order to push the narrative that the developer is sexist and misogynist. But who cares even if they are? Like, honestly, who cares? Who cares? Did you make a good game? Yeah, cool. That's all I care about. Just sell me the game. I don't care. Like, unless they're chopping up babies, I don't give a shit. Like, I just don't care. Why should I give it? Why should I care? I don't care. So nevertheless, IGN doubled down on the accusations as part of their Black Myth Wukong first impression article. Valentine wrote a section addressing the outlet's report in November. Last year, we published a comprehensive report on IGN detailing a number of sexist and inappropriate remarks made by multiple developers of Black Myth Wukong, including those in leadership roles at Game Science. As of the publication of this review, Game Science has yet to provide any response or statement addressing our report or their past remarks, and they probably won't, and who cares? They don't care about you. We don't care about you. Like, no one cares about IGN. Really, this is just comical. Like, you are a mockery of what you used to be. But she also apparently enjoyed the game. Said it is also true that several of the people who are making it have made disparaging remarks about women and don't seem to be interested either in retracting their past statements, who cares, or in supporting the numerous women who are being harassed in online conversations about Black Myth Wukong purely for expressing their discomfort with those statements. I mean, you made them aware of it. Both of these ideas can exist simultaneously. What audience want to do about this conflict is ultimately their choice. Yeah, I couldn't give a shit. One last note. I didn't see any women or femme-coded characters in the demo, and I was able to confirm that Game Sciences that there were none present in the section of the game presented to the press. There will be women in the final game. Who cares if there's women or not? I don't give a shit. But for now, it's impossible to really comment on whether or not Game Science developers' expressed beliefs permeate Black Myth Wukong in a meaningful way. I don't think... No one cares, man. What's wrong with you? IGN. No one cares about this. Did they make a good game? Yes. Fine. The rest, intangible shite that no one cares about. Anyway, hit subscribe if you're newer, folks. Please do turn the bell notifications on. You like what I do? You enjoyed this video? Support the channel via Patreon. Link is down below. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.